Does the Bible give any good dating advice?
Yeah, you don't have sex until you get married.
All right.
What else you want, dude? No, yeah. So what are you asking specifically?
Like how can I pull girls?
How can you what?
Pull girls. Like how can I get better
Why do you
riz?
want to pull a girl, dude? What's wrong with you, dude?
Because I want to get
Pull a
married.
girl? Pull her what?
Yeah.
You're gonna like you caveman, hit her with a club and drag her by the hair and bring in your
No.
house?
I mean like how can I I don't know. Like, does the Bible give any advice?
Yeah, it says that women should stay away from someone like you that wants to pull them. And what kind of question is this? How can I pull girls? Are you serious?
I was just wondering.
I
Like,
mean,
does the
I've
Bible?
never heard someone come on and tell me, "Hey, how can I pull girls?" What, you're like, you want to pull them from a line or something?
No,
Hey,
no.
come here.
I mean, like, does the Bible give any dating advice?
Yeah, in the Bible, in the biblical world, there was no such thing as dating. At the time when the Bible's written, they didn't date. What it was is, if there was a woman that you thought was godly and attractive, then you'd have to ask her hand in marriage. And that's how it worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the best bet of you finding a Christian girl, hopefully you won't pull her hair, right, is you need to find them in the context of the church. At church, it's a body. You're a spiritual body, family members that grow together, worship the Lord together, love God together, and do community together. And that's where you're going to find a godly woman. You have a higher likelihood of finding a godly woman in the body of believers that you fellowship with regularly than finding them in a bar or finding them in a nightclub or at the gym. The bar, nightclub, gym. Now, I'm not saying it's a sin to go to the gym, but the gym has become now even worse than bars and nightclubs because now a high rate of infidelity where husbands cheat on their wives and wives cheat on their husbands takes place at the gym because you got predators that prey on people and they don't care whether they're married or not because the gym does not attract God-fearing Christians. That's what happened to me. My ex-wife cheated on me twice by finding men in the gym. She destroyed my family, my daughter's lives, may God protect them, because she found dogs at the gym who didn't care that she was married. So you have a higher likelihood, because there's even wolves in sheep's clothing in churches. I'm not saying every person who goes to church is a believer. No, Satan sends his children, wolves in sheep's clothing, to masquerade as Christians to destroy churches. It's there. So, but you have a higher likelihood, a greater chance of finding a godly spouse at church than you do at the bar, at the nightclub, or in the gym. And by the way, what business do you have being at the bar or the nightclub to begin with? You see my point?
Yeah.
By the way, how old are you, brother? Just curious.
I just turned 15.
At 15, you're already thinking about getting married? What are you, like, you got...
I'm a freshman.
So a 15-year-old freshman is already worried about getting married?
Yeah. I was just wondering.
Well, all right. Well, another thing is, do not succumb to temptation because you're burning and you want sexual gratification. Do not succumb. Keep yourself pure until you get married. Now, if you find a solid Christian community, I wouldn't discourage you getting married in your 20, because in the biblical times, people got married after they reached a point past puberty. Sadly, we live in a time where they try to keep you young much longer. So, oh, you're 15, you're just a baby. In the time of Christ, 15, a 15-year-old was working with his hands, supporting his family, and getting married and starting a family. So they'll tell you, you're too young to get married, but you're not too young to have sex, and you're not too young to get pregnant and then murder the child, calling it abortion or pro-choice. Sadly, though, you need to be financially independent. When you become at least somewhat financially stable, I would say get married. Get married 18, 19, 20, as long as you're financially stable, but it's got to be a godly woman. Now, there is also a fear that there are people who've gotten married young, and then years later, one of the spouses say, you know what? I was young when I got married. I made a mistake. I didn't love life, and now I'm going to start living life, and they walk away from the faith. That happens too. I know stories of people got married young, high school sweethearts, who are in the faith, who love the Lord, yet one of them checked out, maybe it was midlife crisis, later on saying, man, you know what? I didn't live life. I haven't seen life. I've been bound to this marriage all my life. So to justify leaving that person, they leave the faith altogether.
All right. And yeah, thanks. Yeah.
You're a good man, Andrew. But one more, let me give you one dating advice. If you want women who love Jesus to think that you probably are a possible husband, never ever say, how do I pull women? Never say that. The last thing a woman wants to hear is a guy wants to pull her. What do you think? I'm like luggage or something? You're going to like roll me down the street? Not funny, Anders. God bless you, brother.
All right, thanks. I was just asking, like, also I have one more question. It's just a yes or no, because like I already dated a girl, but since I'm a freshman, I kind of like I just told her like I don't want to do this. So should I wait till like I'm a senior, or should I wait till I'm like out of high school?
Well, you answer that question. If you're going to date her, are you going to be sexually pure and not succumb?
Yeah.
Okay. And secondly, are you dating her because you believe she's going to be the one you're going to marry when you graduate?
No, and that's why I kind of like stopped.
Yeah, you answered the question. If you can be with someone, because let me tell you the most beautiful marriages when you become best of friends. So if there is a Christian young lady who loves the Lord and loves Jesus more than her desires and will make sure she keeps herself pure sexually and hold you accountable, there's nothing wrong with becoming best of friends with your parents' permission and supervision. Become best of friends, because the sweetest marriages is when the two become best of friends. And those are the marriages that last, when they are best of friends. So if you find a godly woman and you know that she's godly and this is the one I'd like to marry later on, you can approach her and say, hey, you know what? Let's just be friends and do life together. No sex, no intimacy, and get the parents' permission. And then you're going to be best of friends and inseparable, and you grow to love Jesus together, worship Jesus together, pray together, as long as you don't tempt each other. And those are the sweetest marriages. Honestly, those are the sweetest marriages.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm 50. If I knew back then what I knew now, man, I would have started life on a different note. But sucks being me, right? Well, anyway, brother, and you agree it sucks being me, huh?
Yeah, sure.
At least you agree.
Yeah, I'd rather not be bald.
Being you, 15. All right, brother. Hope that answered your question.
All right. Thank you, Sam. God bless.
Take care. Hey, ladies, you want a guy to pull you? You got a candidate. He's 15 years old.